Adventure time! Come on, grab your friends. We'll go to very distant lands. We'll take the dog and then the hill and the fun will never end. It's adventure time.
Hey, Polly, how you doing?
Just wonderful, thank you.
It's good to be here with you today.
Uh-huh.
We're watching a Tree Trunks episode, and you're the voice of Tree Trunks.
Isn't she darling?
She's really cute. She's so innocent.
Yes, I am.
Hey, Polly, when do you remember first meeting Penn?
It's got to be when he was about 11 years old, and I went to your house, and I walked in, and there was this blonde-headed boy sitting, drawing, and also looking at a computer. And since I just thought he was wonderful. And since I love to draw and don't know how to use a computer, I thought he was even more wonderful. And so I don't know, we had a connection. Because pictures mean a lot to me, more than words, if that makes sense.
Sure. Well, to me too, because I'm an artist, and as Penn's mama, well, Penny just grew up on my hip, and he started drawing when he was really, really young, and dancing. And he went to Cal Arts, and at Cal Arts they make you dance so that you understand the movement of animation. But Penn started dancing when he was in the first grade, and he danced all the way through high school. He's a great swing dancer now. But
Well,
he started drawing, and I had to keep. It's so funny because now all the storyboard artists use these yellow sticky notes to do everything with. And when he was little, I had to take those sticky notepads and put them in my purse because he was constantly drawing. And his very first animation was this little circle that just rolled right across the page as you flipped the little flip book up. And then they got more and more complex. And one time I got paid in cash for some painting that I sold. And Penn was with me, and I took my arm and I put it in my bra, and I put the money in there, and then later on I put my arm back in there and I pulled the money out and I threw it up in the air and it landed all over the bed. And he just sat right down and animated that whole thing. It was so cute.
Tree Trunks!
And so I knew when he was really little that he was going to do something with this understanding that he had of drawing and movement,
Really? You think I can handle the scale?
I remember when you first met him, and I was so excited when he told me that you were going to do a voice for his cartoon. And so I want to know what it feels like to you to do that voice. I mean, I know that when I first picked you up to come to the studio, you were all in costume and you were all dressed to try to get the feeling of the character and everything. So tell me about that. Talk about that.
Well, my mama was an actress, and I don't know, she always dressed me up to do anything. And I have to dress in costume or something to make this feeling that it's really that I'm the character. And I know I had to be on the radio once. I'm from Victoria, Texas. I had to be on the radio to talk to St. Louis, and it was about, it was Modine Gunch, by the way. It was about a character that I had done. And I had to dress up. Well, naturally, they're not going to see me on the radio. But it puts me in that mood, and I feel like I turn in to that character.
Mm-hmm. And you become Tree Trunks?
Oh, yes. In fact, it lasts maybe 24 hours.
And what does it feel like to be Tree Trunks?
I just feel so innocent and darling and protected and not real bright.
You put any stickers on that evil monster?
Yes. I thought it needed some tender love and affection. I love that bug. Oh, I want to picture that bug.
Tree Trunks?
I know you told me that when Penn first asked you to do a voice, you almost fainted.
Oh, I did. I thought in the first place, how did he remember? I think it's something. I hadn't seen him in a long, probably 8 years or something.
Well, you're unforgettable. How could anyone forget you?
Oh, thank you. I don't ever need another compliment.
And you said that even though Tree Trunks is kind of a germaphobe, and are you kind of scared of germs too?
I'm scared to death of germs, and everybody knows that my hands are going to fall off from being washed. And there was Tree Trunks with her apple pie, and a fly got on it, and you notice she threw it in the trash. Not many people would do that. They just wouldn't tell who they were serving the apple pie to. The flies got on it.
Polly, do you make apple pie yourself?
Of course. Now I do.
And were there some little girls that called you one time and you had a party with them or something?
Yes, some little girls called me. Well, they were really about 10 or 11. And they wanted me to, they were so excited because I was the aunt of one of the girls. And I said, yes, I'll do it, and I'll bake you an apple pie. And I did, and we had the little party. And they just loved it. And certain things have happened to me just with my voice, which, as you see, is so wonderful.
Well, it's so recognizable. People recognize your voice when you're out in public and you're talking, don't they?
Yes, and my teachers just couldn't stand my voice. But anyway, believe me, if they were still alive, I'd show them. But
yeah, too bad your mama's not here.
Oh, Mama would have. Oh.
Didn't she take you to elocution classes when you were
taught
little?
Elocution.
Oh, she taught elocution. Oh my gosh!
And I'm sure loved me so that she wasn't disappointed in my voice, and she taught me. I went all the way to state in Texas with saying a poem. I didn't win.
Yeah, but you won a beauty contest once.
Oh, it was in Victoria.
And you were Miss International.
Miss International Vacant Lot.
Vacant Lot, yes.
And my name was Modine Gunt. And it was the Armadillo Festival, which is famous in Austin, and we brought it to Victoria. And believe me, one time they wouldn't let us have it again. It was just so wild.
People in Victoria were pretty wild. I grew up in Victoria, too, actually right outside of Victoria, in a little town that Penn's great-grandfather started, and it was called La Ward, Texas. And his name was Lafayette Ward, and he named the town after himself. And it was not too far from Houston, 90 miles southeast of Houston, just right near Victoria, so we kind of grew up in the same part of the country. And when Penn was little, we used to go over that direction because we'd go to Houston and we'd spend time. I used to take him to museums a lot, and he would sit and draw. We'd usually pick out something that was cubistic to draw. And I would start drawing, and he'd get down on the floor with all of his drawing stuff, and he'd be drawing, and by the time he finished his drawing, which was absolutely fabulous, his drawing, there'd be a crowd around him. All the people who had come in the gallery, they'd all be around him, and he'd be like 5 years old, and drawing this beautiful cubist painting. And I had gone back to school, so I was in an art school program, and Penn was such a good child that he just sat at the bottom of my chair when he was little all through the time that I was going to art school. So when he was 5 and 6, or maybe even younger, he was listening to college-level art classes, and I'm sure he was, taking all that information in as a very young child. child. And
Radical.
I'm sure that had a huge effect on Ken. He used to, when we'd go to galleries, he would draw caricatures of every person at the gallery, including the curator and the director and all the artists. And then there'd be just like this big picture of, I mean, everybody looked like themselves. It was just amazing. So
that is so fascinating. I didn't know the whole story. Well, Pen, I just love these drawings. They're so wonderful. What is that wonderful bug that has a skeleton face?
A skeleton butterfly or something.
Oh, there. And he plays a guitar.
Jam Clam! Let's beat it up while it's copying tree trunks.
Crud. This is barf, dude.
Oh, man. I'm a total moron. We gotta fight this one tree trunk style.
I'll get the makeup.
Hey, Crystal Guardian! Are you okay with tree trunks taking a bite of that apple?
I'm okay with it. And I'm stupid.
Well, this year has been fun, Polly. I love to talk to you all the time, but this was really special.
Well, and I'm so excited because I love Mama Bettie and to be part of the creation and the family. It makes me feel wonderful.
Well, thanks, Polly. That's really nice.
Oh,